Well, I kept missing it, and so I thought, I need to sit down, it's a longer programme, you see, and spend some time with it. And I was travelling, so I thought, why not? And I'm kind of glad I did. It's City Championship Wrestling. I used to watch it all the time, and in the past I didn't really enjoy it in the midst of time. Didn't really enjoy it all that much at the time. And when I saw it last time, I thought, oh, it's changed a bit, and it's an hour and a half now, and it had some different and better angles, and I thought, it's going somewhere. And I watched it this week, and I thought, there's a lot of bloody matches. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 and an over-the-top rope battle royale. Bloody hell. That's a lot. And it is really, we've got this, now I've got another match. So, I'm going to give you all of the matches here. The champion is now Jay Abrams, who's part of New Albania. Remember a few years ago, you might remember if you were listening to Steve's First Rambling Reviews then, and you should have been, of course you should have been. I remember that New Albania was around at the time with Jay Abrams and Trevor Strode, who has left there, is now a fan favourite. And it was, the main guy, the head honcho, was Andre Kubashi. And I remember thinking, he's in all the time. He's probably in 80% of these programmes. And he wasn't there. Don't get too excited, Follocks. Okay, so Abrams won the heavyweight championship last week with the help of his mate Tashuk the Terrible. It was kind of a he's so frightening thing, folks, that sort of thing. And Iron Ike Watts, who I've never really liked very much. And he's facing Jack Delaney, who's not really he's a much smaller man. And he gets thrown down, but he doesn't stop. For instance, Abrams goes for a power bomb, and Delaney stomps his foot, and Abrams has to bail, but then runs into a rather messy, does Delaney, boot for a 2 count. Delaney gets him down, goes onto the second rope and jumps onto Abrams' thigh. It's a bit weird. But his tornado DDT is good for a long 2 count. He gets a figure 4. Abrams had just to crawl to the ropes. And there's a new champ chant. But even though he gets a split splash off the top for 2.999 recurring, he's caught in a chokeslam, and that's the pin. Next we've got Ike Watts versus Colin. Just Colin is what he's calling himself. It's his first year in wrestling, and Colin can't really get him down. Ike Watts hits a reverse bear hug, and there's a Colin jawbreaker, a back suplex from Watts. Colin gets some offense, a clothesline off the top, but there's an Ike Watts powerbomb for a pin, and Paul Bowser and Annie, who are doing the commentary, speak through that pin and then pick it up later. Now, Alex Lynch, the Lycan, has got a new manager called Jonathan Presley, and he's doing rather well since he got a new manager, facing Joe Eaton. And Bowser tells us that really they're neither of them fan favourites, and Eaton is getting the crowd cheers because they don't like Lynch at all, particularly with Jonathan Presley. It was called the Vanilla Nasty, something like that. And it's all right, this, but it's just too quick. There's a choke, a slap, a slingshot suplex from Lynch, spear, quick pin. Then you get Lynch being interviewed. It's Annie interviewing Presley. He calls her Rubberneck. Don't know what that is. Don't know why he called her that. Says there's a conspiracy. They'll win the Battle Royale tonight. Spoiler alert, they won't. Next we've got Mason Geider, who is the karate adult rather than the karate kid. It's not funny though, is it? And versus A. John Gaines. Not seen him for ages. He's returning to CCW. Asian Games gets a pin within 10 seconds, and I think, is that it? Must be. But they've not told us that it's a 2 out of 3 falls, this one. We weren't told that, I don't think, when they came in. But Asian Games gets another pin in about the next 10 seconds. So it's about, 30 seconds to a minute? I mean, Mason Gader gets the kicks and all that afterwards. He's just not very happy. And we're on to Michael Carter versus Tashuk the Terrible. Michael Carter is fairly new. Tashuk puts him down, chops, shots, a face wash, or rather a boot wash, throws him to the ring post on the outside, stands on him, and then there's a DQ count out. It's a no contest, and the crowd are a bit quiet. It's going really quickly, this. These matches, they could have done with half of them and got a bit more work. Harley Rock and Ike Watts. Well, Harley Rock and August Albright don't like each other, so they had to find people to fight with. Harley gets Ike Watts. August Albright gets King Kong Coleman, who's huge, of course. Rock is interviewed by Annie. Doesn't like falling out with August, but wants to beat him up. Huge chop from Ike Watts to August Albright, who's a fan favourite. Suplex, uppercut, belly to belly suplex, a poor clothesline which almost misses actually, and then August tries to roll him up for a 2 count, but King Kong Coleman gets a hot tag, puts Ike Watts down. It's his second match, by the way, folks. Michinoku Driver tags August, elbow off the top, broken up by Harley Rock, who shows he's got a weapon. The ref says, I'm not having that. It's another DQ. Crowd are a bit quiet. Okay, Trevor Strode is facing Joseph Antonio Guerrero, who's the all-media champion. Is for the belt. Guerrero works on the arm. He's got a brace on it. Strode, he's been attacked, I think. He gets a back suplex, cranks back on the arm, does Guerrero. Nasty lift and dump. Presley gets on the apron, lynches him to attack Guerrero. To attack Strode, should I say. Guerrero gets the pin. Then Guerrero's kicking him afterwards. Someone says, ring the bell again. Doesn't make any difference. The crowd are a bit quiet. Right, Simply Ultra. And they were on the screen as Simply Divine, I think. It's Darian Ultra and Dustin Divine versus Third Degree, Evan Encore and Miles Montaigne versus Savage Torment, The Plague and Ray DeManio. It's for the number 1 contender for the tag team, and it's elimination. So it's good. The Ultra and Montaigne mat work is good. Nice side walk slam from Divine. Evan Encore gets a nice slap and a hip attack. It all breaks down. They're all in. There's a nasty Dustin Divine shot. Montaigne gets some mat work. Or was that Montaigne? I can't remember. No, it wasn't. That's DeManio, so it must have been Montaigne. Plague is in then. Montaigne is happy to get in. Montaigne, should I say, gets beat up. DeManio hits a cannonball. There's a Montaigne suplex, Third Degree facebuster, and a clothesline to the back of DeManio's head for the pin. First elimination. Quick pin then from Ultra for the Ultra Divine win. It was too quick. They started again, and there's the pin. So out comes tie or die, but there's 2/3 of them. I think there's 3 of them, and they're representing Dub Club. We've already seen Rock and KJ Reynolds, who want to fight Ultra Divine right now for the tag team belts, and they do. There's an Ultra wants a pin from a shoulder block. He chases KJ around the ring, and he's double teamed for that. There are some stomps from Reynolds. A Rock throws him into Ultra. Ultra gets a clothesline, tag to Divine, lethal combination, which is nice, to Reynolds. Then deals with both of them. Stereo vertical suplexes for Ultra Divine. Albright then gets in, chases Rock around. There's a DQ. What a bunch of crap, says Bowser. I heartily agree. The crowd are quiet, and we've got the over-the-top rope battle royale, in which King Kong Coleman doesn't win, and he's the bigger fella. They all get him out of there. In the end, it's Stroud and Lynch. Stroud throws him out. He's the number 1 contender. Still sells the shoulder, which is nice. And your ending for this is Abrams introducing P1. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Not seen recent weeks. It's Andre Kabashi. Look at you, he says to Abrams, cutting full promos. You'll be doing that soon, Ike. It's a bit weird. It's like, you're my kids. And then he's saying, I won't be around much coming up, but there'll be an Abrams army. So really he's saying, I'm not going to be around, not going to be doing much. And I would heartily endorse that. But I can't heartily endorse this. Too many matches. You need half the matches with some angles in the middle of it and longer matches. That would go a long way to making this hour and a half a lot more acceptable. Some of it was good, but not enough. And they've made some real changes, and that's great. I'll keep watching, but surely not every week. Ta-ta.